Today's drink is all the time in the world for Assassin's Blade. It is a vodka cooler with essence of lavender and soap, because if you know, you know. Big spoiler alert, Sam and Selena, in fact, did not have all the time in the world. First, we are going to make a blueberry reduction. You're going to take a handful of blueberries, put them in a microwave safe bowl, microwave them for about a minute, minute and a half until they're mushy. Then you're going to muddle them and strain them because you don't want seeds and stems, wink, wink, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, in your drink. You're going to take your blueberry reduction. You're going to layer it in the bottom of your glass. Mine has been refrigerated, so it's a little hard to pull. You're going to put some ice in on top of your blueberry reduction. Now the fun part. 1.5 ounces of vodka. An ounce of half and half. This cute little jug. And then 1/2 ounce of a lavender simple syrup. We made our own lavender simple syrup. You just take a lavender syrup. I think ours is Monet. And then we just added regular simple. You're going to pop on the top. Shake it. Pop the top off. Pour in over your eyes. And then garnish with a sprig of lavender. Cheers.
Welcome!
I'm Hayley.
And I'm Jen.
And this is Quick Off the Mark.
Today we're going to be talking about The Assassin's Blade.
Book 3, in case you missed all of our last week's discussion about what order to read these books
Very
in.
controversial, by the way.
Yes.
Everyone says a different thing, whether it be, well, we made a mistake per reference the first time we did this. I think we talked about this before, where we went 1, 2, 3, technically with Air of Fire, but then back to Assassin's Blade.
That's not the best way to read them.
I would highly recommend not that one.
Yeah. Oops.
The only one that might be worse is after reading the entire series, then going back and
That's the sadist, but
if you're a masochist, that would be the way to go.
Absolutely.
If you just like torture, because first
rereading itself was masochistic enough.
Well, yeah, but you just love Sam so much more this time that I feel like he very much so was the plot. I mean, I knew he was the plot before, but there's so many different storylines going on at the same time that you get a little lost in it.
A little bit.
We go all over the world.
You do go all over the world. First time through, rating.
3.
Before we really get into it. A 3?
3. Solid 3. That would be my rating without the no halves.
Yes.
You?
I agree. I would say a 3. It wasn't my favorite. It wasn't my least favorite.
It intrigued me.
It did.
It kept my attention.
So many details.
You get so many stories. I mean, she
Yes.
lives an entire life in a few months.
It does tie all of it up into a nice little bow, though. Like at the end, like when you're looking at it as a grand big picture.
It's got pertinent information. Like, I think it's very important that you know this information going into every other book in the series.
Yes.
So reading it after book 2, I just don't think I want all that information going in. I don't like surprises. So, yeah. We learn who everyone is from the beginning to end. Sam is in book 1, and TBD is in Kingdom of Ash. So,
yes. Allies.
Mhm.
Yes. The reread, though, it didn't change very much for me.
I kept it
Rating
3.
wise.
Yeah. It didn't get better. It didn't get worse. It was Still good.
It was the same.
Yeah.
It was the same.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Very necessary. Like reading it though, you realize how much Sam really shapes Selena as a person, like at her core. Like he just changes so much about her.
She goes through so much like self-realization
Mm-hmm.
in a very short amount of time with Sam, and given a lot of stuff happens, like she is also coming of age herself. She's learning who she is, her boundaries, but Sam is also just her grounding spot.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, given a chance, the boy shines.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think with obviously it's a book, I get it, but like without Sam, the plot of this book would have been so different. But even if Sam stuck around, that would have absolutely changed the plot because Kingdom of Ash wouldn't have transpired like it did.
No. She becomes who she is, especially when in regards to like the way that she's very secretive about her plans.
Yes.
That is all shaped in this book.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember the part, specifically the sewer situation where she's under the gridlock.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so many things would have changed. Well, obviously, if she didn't get out of the sewer, but at the same time, if it had been someone else, if she had been caught, if I just that shapes who she is from that day going forward. She now is open to Sam.
Mm-hmm.
She also now knows that she needs to have someone in the loop about something
Somewhere, yes.
which she usually has someone who knows something, not the entire story, but
They
enough.
know enough.
Exactly.
Enough to bail her out when it
Yeah.
inevitably goes to hell because all of her plans inevitably go to hell.
Well, in worst case scenario, they do. And let's just say that you do get kidnapped and maybe put in a box for a few, months. There's still someone that knows enough to put the pieces together.
Right. Somebody
Yeah.
to rescue you, yes.
Foreshadowing?
A little bit.
Mm.
Skosh. But every hero has his villain.
This one has a few, but there's a main one for sure.
And I think he's the villain, like obviously the king, whatever, in the Vogue and blah, blah, blah. But Arabin is a big villain through the whole thing.
Yes.
Like as much as Sam
He's the OG villain.
Yeah, Selena in a good way, Arabin shapes her in the worst ways.
Really? That's an interesting take on it because I think that he shapes her in the best ways.
I mean, some of it, like the fact that she doesn't trust anybody,
Oh, well, I think that's the consequence of her parents dying and being abandoned.
Could be.
I don't think that he helped it by any means, but I think that you can't put that on him. I don't think. He's twisted and he messes with her mind and he's gaslighting her and 100% abusive.
Freaking gaslight.
Yeah. But there's that weird conundrum of did he also take her in and take care of her and all these things that you build up in your head. Yeah. So they say that he's never said that he loves her, but like that's love to her. That's all she knows. Yeah.
Right.
And she also knows killing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do think that he knew exactly what he was doing from the jump. When he found her on the river, I don't know exactly how he knew who she was, but he knew from the jump.
There's an opportunity here.
Yes.
Also, the story had already been out about what happened with her parents, so they knew that she was missing at that point. Like it was local word of mouth that Aelin was missing.
He found her the night that her parents were killed.
Right, when they sounded the alarms?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I would just assume that a child probably burned clothes was her. I also think that he just saw an opportunity, whether or not he knew that she was special. He was like, I'm gonna.
Maybe it had something to do with the eye, because she was wearing the necklace.
The ash for her eyes, yeah. Oh, the Eye of Elena?
Mm-hmm. Because she was, or not the Eye of Elena, the other necklace that's later. Javi, I'll
We're
insert
cut
it here.
this part out.
Yeah.
No. Which one?
The one that she gets back for him later. No, the one that she gets back from Arabin in Queen of Shadows. It's her family's like heirloom. It's not the Eye of Elena, but it's something. It has one of the ward keys in it. Yeah, as one of the word keys in it.
I know what you're talking about, but I thought it was just
No, because there's the Eye of Elena, and then there's another one. Because she gave the Eye of Elena to Kale when she left. And then there's another necklace that she gets back from Arabin, and that was the necklace, like her family's necklace that was passed
she
down
gets the
to
necklace. She
generations.
comes back. She tells Lysandra.
Yes.
Yep.
And they
Okay.
make a
Yep.
replication.
It's all coming back to me now.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. But also the Astrover eyes. They say they're very noticeable. They're very
Yes.
distinguishable.
Um,
I think any kind of groomer is going to seek out a young child that's alone and say, "Let me see what I can do here." You know, I've got.
do you think his plan was really to become king and like marry her? Do you think it was like that extreme?
That is a very like I am the lover slash father slash mentor
Yeah.
aspect of that relationship. I'm so glad that she touched on that and like said it out loud because
Mhm.
that's the ultimate question, right? Like you get these vibes of what is actually happening here because we don't know at first if they are lovers, if they are like father,
Yeah.
if it's very when they're all sitting at the table together and they're
Mhm.
kind of flirting but not, and
Right.
Ben's dead. The vibe is off, and
Mhm.
yeah, but I feel like the vibe is off with him and everyone at that table. It's
He's just
creepy, but in a I don't want to say hot because it's not hot, but it's kind of hot way.
it's
I've seen the fan art.
yeah, I've seen the fan art. Yeah.
And she also says that he's handsome.
Yeah. So when he found her, was he the king of assassins or was he just there and then became the king of assassins while he was raising her? Do you know?
I don't remember it mentioning anything about like an ascension or becoming. I
Mm.
think that he already was,
And then you just found this random
but
child.
so young to be.
Yeah, but it's also weird that he was the king of assassins in Rifthold and he found her in Terrason. It's not
Well,
close.
you got to go scout the talent.
Oh, that's true, I guess.
Yeah.
But
I'm going to be
picking up-
going to the SEC to get a football player. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Just yeah.
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 Yeah. Also, I just think that he found children that needed a home. And instead of, hey, do you want me to make something of the situation or do you want to go to an orphanage and be all alone? Because they were of the age where they could actually communicate. Sam, at least Sam and Selena were, and
Right.
Lysandra.
Right.
The age that they came on were like was right between being
Like
too young to
pre-puberty
but
type thing.
exactly, and
Right.
like 8, 9, 10, I believe, is when they
Yeah.
all came on.
Yeah.
So they're thinking already. They're making their own decisions at that point in life.
Right, but they're just being gaslit.
They're just being kidnapped. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So you grow up with that mentality. He saved me.
Yeah. But then he also did everything that he possibly could to make her hate her heritage. Like he knew exactly who she was when he found her. He made her
Yep.
scared of the fire. He really made her scared of the fire and like just
It was the always hanging over your head kind of secret.
right.
Everyone thinks you're dead.
Right.
You don't want anyone to find
You
that
have to
out.
hide your identity every time you leave the keep. Everybody that's in the keep has to keep super close lived.
I also heard you like nice things. I have all of these nice
Yes.
things. Would you like to have these nice
Yes.
things?
I know that you're not technically a princess anymore.
Yeah.
But you can be my heir, which is kind of like being a princess.
I'll just put it on the tab.
on the
Don't worry
tab.
about it. Yeah.
Literally on the tab.
Mm-hmm.
And then he calls in all of these favors. Because I'm giving you all of these things, but you still
you
got to
still
do
owe
my
me.
dirty work.
Don't you live here? Don't you eat my food? Don't you? Can we get an all-in-one package, please? I would really like to go to an all-inclusive resort.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. But everyone's doing that, and that's how they keep you on, right? So you're never
Mhm.
actually going to pay out of your debt.
Mm-mm.
She does talk about how thankful she is that she was chosen to be an assassin versus the other avenues of work that
Right.
Arabin does.
Right.
Um,
Poor Lysandra.
we meet a lot of core characters in this book
A
that
lot.
will either immediately, as like Burn of Glass, the first book, or ultimately in Kingdom of Ash, like gonna play a key part in the entire narrative of the story.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The first person that we meet is the pirate lord.
So I think a great way to start this book, by the way, with a pirate on like Sayas, you've already intrigued me. And Rolf. Sir, Mr. Roth, you're a bad man. Very bad man.
Yes, it's giving Captain Jack.
But
I am attractive to Johnny Depp, and I feel like that's either hot take of our generation, like you really find Johnny
Well,
Depp attractive, or you don't.
I don't even think you have to find Johnny Depp attractive,
It's the
but
Captain Jack
everyone
Sparrow.
finds, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
that's what I pictured in my head. Just more round for some reason.
In the belly or the face?
The face.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
I very much so also saw Jack Sparrow, as Jack Sparrow being
Oh,
Roth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I again saw the fan art and I was like, he is still Johnny Depp, but give him more Orlando Bloom featurettes.
Yeah.
And with the tattoos on, specifically of the map, it's pirate. It's giving pirate.
It's
like
giving
it's not even
pirate.
like a hot or kind of like, oh, this man is a pirate. Like he's a pirate. That's hot.
Did you ever watch Once Upon a Time?
No, but I've heard I should watch it, and I've heard
Yes.
about Hook.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Somewhere in between Jack Sparrow and Hook.
Yeah.
That's a good visual.
I think that Hook actually might be better. Give
Hook might be better.
Hook with the hair.
Hook with the hair. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the aloofness.
Less jewelry. I think Captain Jack has too much jewelry.
Yes, no, I like it. And I would usually hate it, but it's Captain Jack, so like, because you can only wear, like, pick one.
Right.
One central issue. But all those issues you're fine with him.
Yeah.
I very much so, when I think of off topic, Pirates of the Caribbean 3, when the very beginning of the movie, where they go up and they just like, they're sneaking in, that's my favorite scene, I think, of all of, yeah. I think they're doing another one. Anyway, so Captain Jack Sparrow, make it Roth.
Yes.
We go into the story and we meet the first like Selena, as in the person, not like actually Aelin, but like the persona. We see it in action, and we realize that she's totally two different people. You have someone who comes off as she does her job very well. She has all the confidence of someone that is someone that's seasoned, someone that knows. I think Sandra Bullock, Ocean's 8, kind of very much the head of the group, confidence.
Yes.
Then when she gets alone with Sam, you see all those insecurities just play out immediately. Well, she's 16 years old.
Yeah, when she's talking, like when they're in his quarters or whatever, and she's going through all the shit, she seems like a 19-year-old. And then when she and Sam are alone in their room, she is throwing a fit like a 16-year-old.
Yeah. And she's not even, it's because she's worried about all of these things internally. So then she starts fights. She picks fights just like a 16-year-old would.
Right.
She lashes out. She jumps the gun a lot. Yes. I think that's one thing that really stood out to me. You see how young that she is and immature in this book. Whereas by the end of the book, when she's going to Endovier and the salt mines, like, she is never going to be the same person again. She has now but lived life in the hard way.
Yeah.
Which changes you fundamentally.
A lot of life. Yeah.
Not that she hasn't gone through a lot before, because she has.
Right.
Heard, but she's also kind of been living on this high of being an assassin, being, Arlen's,
Right. She has this, like, bigger than life personality, which Rolf talks about.
It's the legend of. Like, no one sees her face. Who is she? But who is she, though,
Yes. When I read the book the first time, and when she was talking about her mask, I was picturing, like, a full mask, but turns out it's just, like, a COVID mask that she was wearing around. You could see.
Don't say that. Where did you get that from?
Because I've seen it where she's, like, fan art, and it's just, like, a bottom of her nose mask. It's not a full face mask.
Oh, I wasn't thinking full. I was thinking like very just kind of veil around here.
Yeah.
And then
No, I was
thinking like bottom veil.
Oh.
Opposite of Orville.
Oh, I was talking about.
Okay. We'll insert picture here.
Anyway.
Very I Dream of Jeannie.
Oh.
Yes, yeah. But make it black and assassin.
That's not what I pictured the first time. The first time through, I thought she was wearing like an entire mask. Like
Like the lights out kind of mask?
yeah, like the mask from the people that used to dance when we were growing up, the white mask dancer people.
I wish you had not just said that because literally I would be able to name this if it was not any other episode.
Yeah, insert here, Javi. Quite sorry.
Jabberwockies. He doesn't have to. I got it. It's fine.
Yes.
Heard. Yes, that was one of my favorites of the Millennium era. MTV had it going on.
Right.
So Jabberwockies. Okay, that's very
what
interesting.
I pictured, except not white. And then when I reread it and I saw that fan art, and I was like,
girl,
that makes more sense. I don't know why.
How would they even? Okay,
I don't know.
How's she going to intimidate people?
I don't know. That's just what my dumb brain thought.
No, that's very interesting, though.
Yeah.
I would like to see an episode of that. Maybe not a season, but an episode.
An episode?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because she talks about how men are attracted to her all the time.
Right. Yeah, and they'd have to see some part of her face. I just thought.
Also, it really just takes an eye. And men are like, see, goes to show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my brain really messed that one up for me, but.
No, I kind of like it, though. I like where you're coming from.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It says, I think we should ask someone what that says about you.
Probably. I don't want to get psychoanalyzed.
Oh, we could absolutely. If we want to talk about our different like interpretations of the characters our first go round versus after we saw fan art. Yeah.
We're not going to talk about the birds yet, but the birds.
The birds. Girl, look at all those chickens. All those chickens. I'm so sorry. We said we were not going to do that. Back to yes.
So she immediately, granted, she is young, but she does have a very good moral compass, but because when she figures out that Arabin is supposed to be buying slave, she's immediately like,
devil advocate.
Yeah.
Is it because she knows that her people are also enslaved? Like,
probably.
Because, not to victim blame, but that was just her doing the right thing. Do we know that she does have a good moral compass? Like, ultimately, she's like, no, I don't want to get involved in the slave industry, but she also does very questionable things sometimes.
I mean, okay, yes.
I just want to say she's 16. She's very much in that age of figuring out who she is, and had one thing been different at any point in the story, I'll say I think that we know she has a good moral compass when she goes to the desert.
Okay.
So agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
So Sam does immediately know that she is up to something the way that she is acting. So he does know her way better than she thinks that he does.
Sam's known her a long time. Sam has known her a very long time, and we all think that we get away with lying. And she's an assassin. She tricks people. But so is he. And he's read that before. And he calls her out. As soon as he asked her, I think he straight up asked her, you know, what's the plan? She says something, and he says, that's a lie.
I know what you've been doing.
I know what you've been doing. Don't you think that I've been seeing you?
Yes.
Like, don't you know that I know you? So let me in. Because together we're going to be better at this than if you're doing it by yourself.
And then he ends up saving the day anyways.
Well, I think this is when she first realizes that, like, two can be better than one.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, they would go in and do teamwork all the time, but when they were actually doing this rogue mission, and you only have one other person to rely on.
And you have to trust that person, like, it's not treason, but it's treason in the, like, this is your leader, and you're going against what he's saying. Like, you're committing treason. Like, you could be
You can't
killed
go
for
back
this.
home after this.
No. He's going to freak out when he
legitimately, we're losing our house, we're losing our job. We're gonna basically have to start over with nothing together, or separately, but we're both gonna have nothing. People, money, shelter, anything.
Right. But it's worth it because slave trade. And then they're both so mad at him. I mean,
mad at who? Mad at Arabin?
Yeah.
Well, I would be too. I would feel so betrayed. But also, how did you not know that he was doing that?
But is it that far-fetched?
Like, he does bad things all the time. He does bad things not for even to do more bad things. Like, he does one bad thing first just to get to the worst thing. He's
Yes.
yeah. I think that there is no limit to where he would have gone eventually
Mhm.
in this story.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also think that he's so good at making it seem like he could care less, but also, I've cared enough to give you everything. Please do go.
Mhm.
Please, no, I love that for you. Rarely showing any sort of emotion, so it's give you a little bit and
Mhm.
you're continually begging for more.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I will forever either have you emotionally, financially.
Something. There are attachments forever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Whether I'm there or not.
Yeah. I mean, he even basically at the end makes her feel bad because, or not at the end, but in the middle, he basically makes her feel bad that he beat the fuck out of her and Sam.
Well, yeah. And that,
Like, that's a whole lot of guilt.
some people feel guilt more than anything else, which is crazy.
Mhm.
Sam, when she tells him about that, Sam is like, "Are you kidding me?
Mhm.
Do you realize that I made a deal with him
Mhm.
so that he would never touch you again?
Mhm.
And you're telling me you feel bad about this?
Mhm.
This
Mhm.
man?" It's the Arabin situation is very much again. We question at one point: is it lovers? Is it father? Is it
Mhm.
yeah?
Yeah. So, super interesting, and he like everything that he does is so manipulative, and you don't
It's also long game.
such so long, but
And
it's like it works out. Hindsight 2020, it works out good for her in the end because she meets all of these people that she gets to like
of
call in
course,
favors for. So like he did her. This is this is gonna sound really bad. He did do her some favors after he beat the fuck out of
he
her,
gave her good
but
connections.
yeah,
He connected her with the right people in his network to get shit done.
yes,
At the same time, I'm pretty sure he meant for them to go over there and die at Skulls Bay. I
yes,
think that he thought it was going to be a quick and easy way to just get rid of the problem. Either they're
hmm
gone for a long time
hmm
and don't have to worry about it, or they're going to take care of themselves.
yes, because he knew going into this, he's known for a long time that Sam loved her.
Oh, he knows that Sam loves her. He also knows that they do have a good heart, not moral compass, but a good heart, and that they're going to have issues with the slave trade strictly because of their original upbringing, like their biological upbringing.
hmm
And with Sam's mom being the courtesan of all the courtesans, like
hmm
the most wanted, the most
His favorite client
yes, yeah.
or
Um,
whatever.
being from Terracin with Aylin, with Helena,
Mm-hmm.
where now her people are enslaved and
Mhm.
they are just like these people. These could be her people on the boat, like her kingdom. I just think that he knew that they had too much of a fighter spirit to not see an issue and kind of fuck themselves. I think he thought that they were not ready.
I
Also,
think
self sabotage. There's so many things that could go wrong here that probably should have gone wrong.
yeah, I think that he knew exactly what he was doing when he sent them to Skulls Bay. He thought that maybe Selena would betray Sam. Like I think
Oh, 100%. I think that he thought
and
that
he was just gonna they were gonna take each other out and then we didn't have to worry about it
mhm,
because I think he saw
she,
the alternative.
like, either she was just like him and would be diabolical and pick herself and pick,
Yes.
or they'd kill each other.
Right.
Yeah.
Because he knew that as of before he sent them, he knew that the love was one way. He knew that Sam loved
I
her.
disagree.
You don't
I don't think that he knew the love was one way. I think that he's very jealous of Sam and Selena. And I think that you can see that in little like bits and pieces. I think
maybe.
that he knows that she at least loves him as a friend. Um,
I don't know. They are very at each other's throat. Very.
in a very flirty way when you're 16 years old.
Oh God, I forget. I forget.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 That's how you flirt when you're 16. You're like,
That's how my husband still flirts. It's fine.
also, there's nothing wrong with flirting like that.
Yeah.
If I'm mean to you, I'm flirting with you. I don't understand.
But it didn't work out like he thought it was going to. I don't think I think he was shocked. I genuinely think that he was shocked when they came back and they had freed the slaves and
So do you think that
screwed him.
their punishment was more because of the betrayal against him and
Mhm,
like them winning
mhm,
versus him losing the slave trade deal?
mhm. Because
I do too.
I think then now he realized that they were going to work together, and if they're together, they're going to take him down.
It's his two best.
Yes.
Two of him, basically.
Yes.
Two of him in a very different way, though, because, like, technically Selena would be his protege,
Yes. And it's talked
but
about a lot.
Sam has all of the things that she doesn't.
Right.
So it's the ultimate assassin.
Yes.
And they have that heart that tells them what's good and bad.
Mhm.
So theoretically they could take him down. They would
Mhm.
be the two people who could take him down from the inside.
Yes, and I think that that's why he punished them.
Oh, I think he was just saw red, raging mad. His ego was hurt. He lost all that money.
Mhm.
Um, he kind of got showed up. Kind of. He got really showed
He
up.
did get showed up.
Also, these two kids that I've raised from the time that I have found them on the streets or they were given to me by their dying parent, I have fed them. I have
Yes.
bathed them. I have put a roof over their head. I gave them jobs,
Mhm.
discount on rent, discount on groceries, small.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they have the audacity to not only not do the thing I sent them there for, but then to blow it up and come back to my house.
Mhm.
Come back to my house?
Mhm.
No. I think he absolutely saw red. I do think that he was sorry he reacted the way. He later apologizes, at least to Selena.
Seems a little
Is it
gaslighty.
really an apology? Well, we don't know. I think it's kind of I think it's very much for show and for the ultimate result. However, he says he's sorry. He tried to act like I think that he went way too far. He knew he went too far. Because it's different if they die on a mission. It's a totally different situation if thing one and thing two
Mhm.
end up dead in his office with, yeah,
Yeah.
at the keep. I'm
Right.
sorry. He can't do that at home. You can send them off and get rid of them. You cannot do that at home.
No. And then he was like, "Oh, let me make it even worse and let me separate them. Let me send
Keep
Selena
your.
way over here, and then I'm gonna keep
Mhm.
Sam, and he's gonna be miserable because he has to deal with Lysandra."
Well, absolutely. And neither one knows what's going on with the other one. So
No.
let's build up some animosity. I
Mhm.
bet that they're.
Let's try to get back to them not really getting along instead
Right.
of this cohesion that I'm seeing.
Let's add Lysandra in,
Yes.
which the way that I screamed second go round with when Lysandra walked down that hallway, I knew I was going to. But truly, I was in 5 o'clock traffic and I screamed, and I know that at least 3 car lengths on each side could hear me because, girlfriend, you want to talk about a story arc, honey? She comes in with just Sam
Mhm.
immediately.
Mhm.
Immediately. She hasn't even been bidded for yet.
Mm-mm.
She is feeling herself. And again, 16 years old. She is that girl. She's that mean girl. She's very much coping the best way she can. And her way of coping is knowing that she's stunning and knowing that she's beautiful
Yeah.
and knowing that men want her and that she can make the highest dollar and hopefully get the hell out of here one day.
Right. And it's like I think maybe in Selena's opinion, it's like, well, this has to be slightly better. Like she's not having to kill people. She's not having to trace through the sewer. She's not having to get the fuck beat out of her
You
because
think that she's jealous of Lysandra in like career wise?
yes.
Oh, that's an interesting take. I think that she thinks down on her. I think she slut shames her.
I mean,
Because at that first interaction in the hallway ends with her saying something akin to, "Well, at least I don't do my job laying on my back."
true. True. Okay, maybe not.
Yeah, yeah. I think she is jealous of her because I do think she's beautiful and that she gets attention and that not just from boys, from Arabin. Let's talk
Mhm.
about that.
Mhm.
Like the Arabin dynamic and that triangle as well, which is different with Sam, different triangle. But if anyone else gets Arabin's attention, she's jealous of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You I think we might have already touched on this, but this is the book where you get all of the side characters from here on out. There are so many side
So we're gonna
characters.
start introducing new side characters for each book. I know we said that we weren't gonna do synopsis and we're not gonna debate the plot because we're just here for
The plot.
the side plot, if you
The
will.
side plot,
We're going
yes.
on the side quest adventures into the thick of it. So we're gonna introduce you to new people because it's gonna start getting really messy.
Yes.
It goes from the main 3 to the main 300. This is
Yes.
Sparta.
Yes.
Yeah.
They are all connected, so
They're all very important.
it is worth it.
Everyone plays a role.
Right, because
Mhm.
when I started reading this, I was like, how is this person? Why? Why are we doing this? How is this person, this random person?
Have
even
we
going
met
to
him
matter?
before? Was he in the? Oh, that was a different side. He was a Winland. Okay, to Winland.
To Winland. So after she gets punished, the first side character that we get is Irene.
It's Irene. It's the shortest novella of all the novellas. So
It was, yeah.
which was actually perfect. I will say the length of that novella was perfect for me because she did not need more. She did not need less.
No, I mean, she was only there for like.
So Irene is
36
working in
hours
this
something.
pub because she got the money from her mom. All the things, and she's basically found herself now out of money. Still hasn't made it to what's the healer school place? Torre Chesme.
Yes.
I said it so wrong.
It's
Torre Chesme. There you go.
I
Thank
think
you.
That might be worse, but okay.
It's the Audible. I'm the Audible. I still probably said it wrong. Anywho, so she's still trying to get there. Now she's out of money. They keep charging her more rent.
She's stuck in like the worst of. She says that it's a good pub for the area.
Girl,
but
she's
it's
in
like
the worst area of the bad part of Good Town. You know what I mean? Like, go, but don't go.
If you have to be
Definitely
there,
don't
this
be
is where you go.
in the pub with the drunk criminals. Yeah, the thieves, the robbers, the pirates, the. Anyway, so she sees Selena sitting in a corner. Mysterious woman, crazy. She's also talking shit to these men in this bar. Vibes.
Trying to pick a fight on purpose because she's mad, which I get.
She gets sent there after. Oh, sorry. So Erwin beats Selena up. She gets sent away. We don't know what happened to Sam. Now she's in this pub about to go to the Red Desert and spending a few days. I think she also has to kill someone while she's there. She's got a job.
No,
No.
she just, it's the only way that she can go, so she just gets stuck there.
The in between.
Yeah,
okay.
it's the in between.
So even worse. Now she's frustrated and trying to find something to do.
Mm-hmm.
Irene is the barmaid, sees her, super vibes. Everyone gets really weird. All of a sudden, like the bar's closing down. Shit gets weird. That's when it's like the da-da, da-da. Selena's left. We don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Irene gets attacked. This Irene is the Irene I see for the rest of the series. I think that she's a great healer. She's got a great role to play, but I find her to be very, oh no.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I feel like
Look at
all of the other women in this series are like, grab life by the horns and I'm going to do it myself. And Irene is like,
falls into it.
yes. And she's like, I don't
know how I got here, but how did you not know how you got here?
Right.
Girl?
And she's very much like everybody else has saved themselves, like Lysandra and Manon and Aelin are very, Selena, whichever one you want to call her right now, are very like, I'm going to save myself. And Irene's like, if you could save me, that'd be super.
Well, I'm just a girl.
Yeah. But like,
also, I will be talking about the Selena Aelin aspect of it all in the next book, Air of Fire, because I have a whole rabbit hole to go down. So
yes,
do watch next week. Very much, she is the I fell into it, and can someone help me?
Mm-hmm. And thank God Selena is there because she does.
And even when she doesn't say, "Can someone help me?" This is Tower of Dawn. She expects someone to 100% come and help her.
Yes, yeah, she does.
She's gonna wait right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also kind of heard, but no, I will leave. I will absolutely go. At least I'll leave. She's going to literally stay behind a locked door that she got chased down.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Again.
Mm-hmm. However, she does listen to Selena. Selena gives her some pointers.
So Selena comes in, beats up the men, all these things. This is the one part of the story that I was like, yes, I really feel like good women lift other women up. And
Yes.
after she gets rid of these men, these criminals, Irene is basically saying thank you and, I really appreciate it. And Selena tells her how important it is for women, especially women, to know how to defend themselves. And
Especially in this environment that is
where you're in,
throne of glass. And
yeah,
it's
you could meet a pirate one day, you could meet a thief one day, you could meet a prince one day, you could also meet a Vogue one day.
here are the basics, how to defend yourself. It's giving
There's spider, yeah.
Miss Congeniality, when she beats the hell out of her partner because she doesn't have a talent because they like
Oh,
drink
I
all
love
her.
that part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what this is giving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, yes. Very much so. Yeah. She's elated.
Yes.
So I will say that was a great, girl power moment with her teaching her how to defend herself, and then we see her later utilize it. So it was a good, I think 11 chapters, maybe max.
Maybe, I don't know. I didn't feel that much.
It was a one night stay. We're good. So then we go to the desert.
Yes.
Where we meet Ansel.
Sus from the beginning.
She's a redhead. I'm sorry.
Sus from the beginning.
Immediately, I have to question some things. My mother's a redhead, so I know. Yeah. Also, her accent in the Audible. Can we just talk about that? Because what the actual hell? I do not understand.
I don't know, because she's not from the southern continent. She's from north of Terracin, but she sounds like she is from.
She's from the wastelands.
Yes.
Yeah.
But she sounds like she's from
Tennessee.
Yeah.
No, worse.
Arkansas?
She's giving, no, it would be Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia.
Okay.
Right there, yeah. It's bad. And then when I saw pictures of her, she's a freckle face, rosy cheeked.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was definitely a hot take to make her.
It's giving
Southern.
Anne with an E. Anne of Green Gables. It's giving, but make her an assassin. Yeah. Yeah. Gilbert Blythe could have never.
No.
I'm telling you right now.
No.
I would not.
Do you think that Arabin thought that she was going to come back from the desert, or do you think that she was going to be there permanently? Because Ansel was there for a very long time.
Well, I think that she went in thinking that she was going to be out in 2 weeks, obviously. I'm in the Assassin's Keep. I am Arabin Hammel's protege. I'm someone, I know he sent me here, but it's just going to be a 2-week timeout. Going to train me. She meets these few people. She meets his son, the meat master's son, who she's gone to train under. She meets Ansel. She meets some other people. And when she said, so how's it working with him? They're like, well, we wouldn't know. It's been years and we're still waiting.
What, Ansel was 13 when she got there, and she's what, 8?
I think she's the same age as. Oh no, maybe she's 18, 19.
I think she's a little bit older.
I think I wrote that down in my notes, but I forgot. It was something like 7 years. She's been there 7 years. Yeah. So 7 years and you still haven't even had a one-on-one? What I would say, excuse me, sir, what am I doing wrong? I know you can't tell me, but can someone tell me?
Can somebody tell me what I'm doing?
Yeah. What are you looking for, though? If I'm not doing it, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, then comes Selena. She's going to have a big win. She's going to make a scene, and she's going to get the attention of the meat master, and she's going to start training immediately. How could you not be a little bitter? I'm sorry. I've waited. I've been here. I put the time in.
Yeah.
I did the things. I even made friends.
I have a boyfriend.
This girl just walks in the door and immediately gets everything that not only I, but no one gets. Who is this Selena? Who is this Selena? If you're reading, if you're doing Audible. Yeah.
That was incredibly accurate.
It really was, though. It's giving Ginny and Georgia. It's fun. Yeah. That is the point where that's her villain. Yeah. That's when her fuck it kicks in. Yes. Oh, really? I'm going to show you.
I didn't like Ansel from the start, and then when they went to town, if you will, and then she like stole the horses and rode back, I was like, this is super
It's giving bad
suspicious.
influence, but like also Selena could be a bad influence if she wanted to be. And also, if you have the opportunity to steal a bunch of magical horses, wouldn't you though? Okay, it's My Little Pony. If you had a My Little Pony, we were just like out somewhere and we came across these My Little Ponies. And I said, "Do you want to just go? You want to get one and go?" And there's a lot of them. No one's gonna miss two, or just we could let them go. You get a My Little Pony. You get a My Little Pony. You get a My Little Pony. I would absolutely.
That's a hot take, but okay.
I think so. Yeah, I'd steal a horse before I think I stole a car.
Hopefully, I don't.
You're an assassin that assassinates people. Whoa, man.
Wild.
Yeah. Again, it's giving bad influence. We snuck out of the house one time, but she does make her believe that in friendship. And I do think some of those moments are real. I think jealousy is a thing. And I think that when she saw an opportunity, because again, young, she took it. So she betrayed Selena.
And she's been plotting for a while.
Selena was at the right place at the right time. It could have been anyone who was in anyone in that position, 100%, it would have been them. Because she was probably feeling bitter for a while. Like after 7 years, and I would absolutely be like, okay, well, I'm going to see what else is out there. I'm going to go to my competitor, see what they've got on the table. Murder.
But that moral compass, it could have been murder.
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 But that moral compass comes in. She gives her an extra 2 seconds.
So, would you? Because like remember you're friends.
Okay, yes, we're friends.
This is also your first like girlfriend because you've been in an Assassin's Keep your entire life.
Yeah,
The only
with a bunch of boys
girl that you're in close contact with is Lysandra, who's your mortal enemy, by the way. You fought over a fan one time, a literal fan.
A fan.
Like that's the only girlfriend you've had in your life. So this is a girl that's your friend, and like also you do the same things. You enjoy the same hobbies, like Assassin.
Yeah, but. Yeah.
I don't know that I could do it. Listen, you ain't got that to be dead to me. Okay? Listen. I'm gonna let you go and go, God. But I also hope that you stub your pinky toe 80 times every morning before you leave the house.
The good part of me thinks that I could wait the 2 seconds, but the realistic part of me is probably not.
She didn't slit your throat. She didn't slit your throat. At the end of the day,
true. She just drugged you. Good point.
Well, she was going to have to do that anyway.
Well, yes. But you're right. She could have slit my throat. She didn't. She just drugged me.
Because I think that she also loved Selena. I think very much so that friendship was real at the end of the day that pick different paths.
Yes.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes there's a season to friendships.
There sometimes is.
There's Last in a Desert. So when all of this is going down, she's got the knife to her neck. She ends up saving the Mute Master.
And his son.
And his son. Not everyone, but a few people. Not a lot of people, actually. But she gets her letter signed off, which means she graduates and she gets to go back to Rifthold. She's been let go from her probation. She very much so is. Don't mind that she got beat up and sent there. It's fine. We're going home, kids.
Yeah, my bruise is just healed, but I'm going to go home. Hopefully I don't get the fuck beat out of me again.
She walks in. Everything's going great.
Everything's going great except Lysandra is there.
Well, first she gives her letter to Airman, right?
Yes. And he gave her all of that money to pay off her debt.
He says, I'm sorry. This is the part where he says he's sorry.
Yes.
Yeah. Here's all these gifts. Can I just entice you?
Here's the suit.
With like these theater tickets I have.
Yes. Yeah. Here's this super cool suit.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna make you the coolest suit.
Super suit.
It's literally a super suit. Like it's the coolest thing you ever heard of. I'm gonna get one for Sam too, but he's gotta pay for it. Yours, I got, boo, because
I feel
I'm
bad.
sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Do you remember one time I said I was sorry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to nearly kill you.
Also, she walked in with this big idea of, I've got an apartment now. By the way, she buys an apartment. This is going to be important later. She buys an apartment, no longer on campus. She's going off campus, baby. Okay. Don't want to work for you anymore. I want to go contract. I want to go self corp. I'm done with you. I'm cutting ties. We can still be friends. We'll still work together, but you're gonna have to pay contract prices.
Yeah,
yes.
I'm not living here anymore.
Yeah. I owe you nothing.
Nothing.
Yes. I sold these. I sold this. I sold this horse. Like yeah. He's like, one more job. One more job. I've got this really good job. I think it's gonna work out. It's also about the slaves again. So remember that one thing that you really cared about? Guess what? Part 2.
Part 2. Yeah.
I heard that it's a big deal to you. Do you want to maybe do this? So, I guess. Also, Sam's here, right? The whole time she's just thinking about Sam in that meeting. She walks outside, Sam's there. So is Lysandra. This is the first time we meet her. I screamed, "Hi, Sam."
Linda's like, let me throw this knife at your head.
Literally, I think that's what she says. Yeah. She thinks if I could throw this knife, it would go right at her head.
Yes.
Sam is visibly shaken. And he says, how are you? What's going on?
Yeah,
this is nothing.
3 months.
Can we please catch up? I would love to talk to you sometime.
And she's like, no.
She walks away. She gets very jealous, very petty, very 16-year-old. Very, what even was that in Skulls Bay? Did we mean nothing?
Yeah.
I guess we meant nothing. It's fine, you mean nothing.
And then they go to that party.
Yep. And Sam's like, bitch, what the fuck?
Yeah, he's like,
this was something. This is always, for me, it's always been something.
Yes. You're super drunk and you're flirting in tandem with everybody, and I'm still waiting here, watching you like a little guard, but like, stop flirting with Dorian.
And Kale's just there. But Dorian. Dorian takes the bull by the horns. He goes up. He sees this beautiful lady. They have masks on. So like,
it's a masquerade.
Could be, but we all know it is. This beautiful man walks up to her with his friend in the back. With his friend in the back. And the silent and brooding type. And asks her to dance. She's very enticed, but she says no because. Oh no, I'm sorry. She doesn't say no. Sam comes up. That's right. So Sam meets up and Dorian and Kale. I forgot. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and says, "I don't think this is the girl for you, man."
Yeah, and
it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize this was a thing. But enjoy your night. Hey, if you're ever single, hit me up. Fast forward. This message is approved by our audience for Dorian.
Oh my goodness.
It's great foreshadowing. It's also just like,
it's just so like, I get that it's fate, and like Selena talks about several times where she like feels a pull, and then that's like why she saves people.
Correct. Yeah.
So, like, it's just interesting how intertwined their lives are, because they've met multiple times. Like Aelin and Dorian have met when she was a kid.
Well, they would, their families were friends. I know you guys, maybe you haven't seen, we should tag here if we can find them, but there's this one influencer that writes different storylines for each character in each book. And so, for example, in Tower of Dawn, Dorian's not in that, so Man is not in book. For Empire of Storms, Kale's not in that book, so it's Man is not in this book. But it's allowing Kale and Dorian to be in Assassin's Blade. It's like Man is in book.
The Man is in book.
In a mask.
Man is here.
Yeah. Present.
Present.
Yeah. I think it's just a way to tie it all together and give you that flashback episode vibe, which is hands down one of my favorites. So, yeah. And it also just shows that Dorian was always that guy. He was that guy. He was going to try. He was going to shoot his shot. Probably get shot down. Probably get a lot of yeses as well. But he wants the ones that are going to give him a little run for his money.
Yeah.
Selena was always that girl.
I mean, if the king wasn't possessed by a dog, they probably would have married each other. It would have been good for the kingdom.
So Sarah J. Maas has come out and said that like they were supposed to be in game, and then obviously 8 books later, yeah, which you see that, and I can appreciate that for what it could have been, but I don't want to see that either.
No.
I love Dorian the way that he is in the series. I
Yeah.
think that I know I said this before about character arcs, but Dorian's character arc, like he was always a good guy, but knowing how to come into your own and take possession of yourself, like your being, and owning decisions that you make and not letting the environment or the people that make choices for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a man at the end for this yeah, I think Kale goes through a lot too. He does go through some stuff, to be fair.
He does go through some stuff, but nobody goes through
So
more
does Rowan. Listen, everybody's gonna go through a lot. So everyone's a winner here.
But our poor baby Sam.
Yes.
Quite literally, poor baby Sam.
He was just a boy.
He was just a boy.
And he loves Selena to the moon and back. He talks about how he's loved her for years. I've always been here, you just haven't seen it. She also realizes that she's in love with him. So now we have a fast, like, a quick coupling of the two. She's still living at the keep because she hasn't broken into Arabin yet. Hey, Sam, do you want to maybe move out with me and we can get an apartment together? She even talks about how he wanted to buy the apartment with her and like go in. She wants it to be hers.
Yes, because she doesn't want to owe anybody anything anymore.
Exactly. She's done doing that. So you see the growth already. You see all the growth through each part of the storyline, but she just is also very aware of what she wants to be hers, and she wants Sam to be hers as well in a way that we're not connected through property, money. You're mine. Like you choose to be here. We're in this together.
Kind of.
But also, I'm not going to like involve you in everything, which we see so much foreshadowing with her not telling people stuff. I think this is the most we see communication out of her when she's got big plans.
And it's still not that much communication, but yeah.
It's not even that she's planning something and not telling him. It's that she's actually working through the plan, and he catches her working through the plan and inserts, "Hey, what are you thinking? I know I can tell you're lying to me. I know you're trying to keep me out of the loop on purpose. What's going on?" She's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." Literally, he asks one more time. She's like, "Well."
Yes. And then they're like, "Okay, well, let's just separate the plan altogether, and I'm going to go kill Farron."
Oh, okay. So they move out and they're trying to cut ties with the Assassin's Keep so that they can move somewhere else. They want to move out of Rifthold. They want to move somewhere else, like be done with this completely 100%. In order to get this done, ultimately, Arabin makes a deal where Selena's going to have to go do this job. They've got to give this amount of money, and it's exactly how much money she doesn't have in her bank account.
That's because everybody is on Arabin's payroll, and that's how he knew, but it's fine.
Collusion. Okay. So Sam is like, "This really pisses me off. It's always one more deal with you. I'm going to go take a walk." And he comes home later that night and he says, "I've got the deal. You don't have to do anything. I've got this deal.
That's not suspicious at all.
It's going to be super good pay. I just got to do this one thing, and then we're actually going to be free. If you're going to make us do this one last deal, I'm doing it. I'm doing it my way." Have you ever just done it your way?
This is not Burger King. It's not going to work out.
Without Selena or without having a plan from the King of Assassins? And also, you know who you're going into this deal with. It is with Jane and, oh, it just blanked. What is it? I want to say Workin. I know it's not.
His last name is Rourke. Farron.
With Farron and Jane.
Yeah.
Who are two of the most fucked up people openly and known. Like, it's very much they have
the vault.
Twisted sense of humanity and like vengeance and
yeah, and that's who you're supposed to kill, because it wasn't a plant that you're supposed to kill
his wife,
Arabin's
is super upset with him. We don't really know why. We just know that she's upset with him.
Mhm.
And so Arabin's like, we're going to kill this man for the wife, obviously. Sam's like, no, I got this. We're good. You go kill Jane. I'm going to go kill Farron. We're done. Cut all ties.
Yeah, no.
She even says, I had a better idea. But the look in his face. But the fact that, this is his deal. He's super excited about this, right?
He
So
was super
I'm going to
excited
go with
about
it,
Yeah.
Girl, go with your gut.
Mhm.
So they make this plan to go separately.
Mhm.
If he's not back by a certain time, then something's probably gone wrong.
Life 360 would have really worked.
The night before, they're like literally just talking about how good their life is going to be the next day.
All
Like,
the time in the world.
they don't fuck. By the way, all they've been doing in this apartment that they live together in, again, they're young, they're 16. Whatever, no judgment. I knew a lot of people that were fucking at 16, especially if we're in the end of times.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There might not be tomorrow. Let's do it tonight. So she says she wants to. They've been kissing for a few months. They've just been laying in bed together. She says she's ready to move the next step. I think she's even 17 at this point.
Maybe.
I don't care. It's fantasy. So very much so. She wants to do it. He wants to do it. But
They don't.
she just can't give him that last part of her.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If she's going to be doing it with him for the rest of her life,
She thought she had enough time.
she wants to take it slow and do it right. Don't ever say those words to me, Hallmark Channel. I want to take it slow and do this right. Then that you're asking for the issue to come about.
Yes.
He says, don't worry about it. We've got all the time in the world.
All the time in the world.
Famous fucking last words.
Seriously, though. So, timeline, you mapped it out.
I did, because this is something this is a hill I will die on.
Do you want to run us through it?
My very first, okay, I'll come back to this. Okay, so theoretically, Sam left the apartment around 5 or 6 because earlier that day they go to scout the area where Farron is. Like, the fact that he just comes and goes as he pleases, there's no real security even. I mean, I see uniformed officers, but like there's nothing where you even see suspect.
Yeah.
Like, seems really weird. They're just coming going, okay, well, this seems like an easy target. Done. Then he comes out and he makes weird eye contact, and you're like, okay, that's giving creepy vibes. That was at noon that they go and do that. Come back to the apartment. They have a weird tiff. It's not a real fight, but it's definitely a disagreement. Before he says too much, he just walks out the door. So theoretically, he leaves around 5 or 6 in the afternoon.
Yes.
But the first thing that we get like a time marker on is 9 p.m. And Art says that he's already an hour late from when he was supposed to be home. So,
but it's not panic time yet.
No.
Like they're appointed
2 hours after the time that he was supposed to be home was when you start to panic and you go out and you look. Just still got an hour. Like, it's fine. He probably just took longer than normal, or he probably just went out and got like a drink or a burger or something, right? So the next time we check in, it's 11. She's like, okay, now I'm actually going to go. Why didn't you go at 10? Why did we wait till 11?
It's because, remember, she throws a fit about packing.
Right. Yeah. I mean, she did say that she didn't want to pack.
Right.
And she thinks that was a sign because she knew she was never actually going to get to move. Yeah. Again, trust your motherfucking gut, girls. If it says, anyway, I need to calm down. So 11 o'clock, she goes out. She scours the streets. Everything at Farron's house is suspiciously normal. They're actually kind of joking, and the lights are on, whatever. She decides she's going to go back home. Probably missed him on the way back to the apartment, so he's going to be there. He's not there. 1 o'clock, she starts pacing a little bit. She reads a lot. She breaks it. She very much so is, now what do I do? Well, should I go back out? Should I stay here? He's not going to come back to the apartment at this point. Something's wrong. Go find him.
So it's like she throws the clock, right? Shatters the clock.
She does. No, that's after.
That's after?
That's after. Yeah. Yeah. This is the time in which she decides it's okay to take a nap. She falls asleep on the couch. Like, I don't know about you, but if I was in a petrified state that the person I knew was going to a sadistic man's house to
Mhm.
try and kill him,
Mhm.
it's also heavily guarded, also more evil men inside.
Mhm.
Obviously, it's nap time. So she wakes up from her nap at 4 a.m. And she's like, okay, I'm going out. So at dawn, she goes out and she scours the streets. And I will give her credit here. From the sunrise, which is going to be about 5 or 6 if it's central or daylight savings time, sorry. Uh, she stays out till noon and she can't find him anywhere. She is freaking out at this point, which she should have been freaking out a long time, but she can't pace her floors anymore. She can't keep going in circles. He's probably back at the apartment. We just missed each other on the street. This is the second time she says this.
Yeah.
The door's open when she gets there. She's so excited. And at noon the next day, she opens the door to find Arab and Hummel sitting in a chair in her living room.
She should have killed him then. She should have
Agreed.
killed him there. If he
Agreed.
broke into her apartment, you should have killed him then. How did he even know where you live? You didn't tell him. Should have killed him then.
He tells her that Sam's dead. She says, no, 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 no. Bitch, you already knew. You already knew.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You knew you should have let him take that mission.
You should have done it more together. More together.
Everything you've done together has worked out perfectly. Freeing the slaves when you were in Skulls Bay wouldn't have happened without Sam.
Correct.
Getting out of the keep would not have happened without Sam.
Correct.
I know that you were just feeding his ego because he was kind of upset that Arabin called you his protege in that meeting.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, girl, now's not the time to play. I'm very much so, I feel like it's such a girl thing to do. I understand why she did it. I cannot point a finger at her ultimately because I know why she did it. This is her boyfriend now. She has to make him feel
Yes, she has a point to prove.
smart. She has to make him feel like he is capable. Girl, he was capable before and you didn't have to let him know that.
Yeah.
Like, he was fully capable before, but he would also work with you because you pushed back.
Yeah.
Giving in and saying, oh yeah, I'm going to make him feel like a man. We give him this ego trip. Because that's what it was. It was an ego trip because she could pay out. And
yes, it was an ego trip, but the whole thing was a setup.
100%. 100%. I mean, looking back at it, by saying you have one more deal,
That just this too good of a deal fell in your lap.
mm-hmm.
I wonder how it got there.
Well, and you knew that he was like in on it from, I feel like, the time that he even proposed it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you think that maybe something's going to change because Sam goes behind their back and makes his own plans. But everyone is in Arabin's pocket.
Yes. Yeah.
And the thing with Arabin is, if I can't have you, no one can.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay, so my big thing is that I think that Sam is Arabin's son.
That is a hot take.
Okay, so
say more.
Sam's mom was Arabin's favorite courtesan.
Yes. Yeah, she was everyone's favorite courtesan, to be fair.
To be fair, but like we all know how possessive Arabin gets about his things.
Mm-hmm.
And so then she has the son.
Ooh, okay. Okay.
And then she can
If I can't have you, no one can.
Yes, and then she...
But she gets sick, right? She doesn't just die. She's sick. Is she sick? Is she being poisoned?
They talk about how much Arabin loves poison.
Does he look like him a lot? I mean, like...
No. I mean, he's not redheaded, but...
I mean, no, but you don't have to be.
That's a recessive trait.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then so he just takes in this 8-year-old kid. So he doesn't
and
end
why
up
does
a
he
courtesan.
actually not make him a courtesan and does make him as... Ooh.
So then he finds Selena, and he's like, oh, but I'm going to make this one my heir because it might be a little suspicious if this boy is my heir. And I'll be able to control her more if this is what she gets at the end of it. And she's not just like...
But also, my son can't have the one thing that I want.
Exactly.
Okay, I am kind of here for this. I'm in on this. Ooh, now I'm gonna have to go back and reread again.
I know.
Don't worry, I won't make you listen to it for my third time. But yeah,
And at the end of all of it, Arabin tells her, I did all of those things because I was angry with you for picking Sam. That's weird.
yeah, but I feel like that wasn't a shock to me, honestly.
Well, no, it's not a shock, but like,
I didn't like what was going on over there, so I had to rein it back in.
mm-hmm.
Is what he said basically.
Yeah, you can't have
Instead
my
of telling
son
you,
and he can't have my daughter or whatever weird position that she's in. I think Sam's Arabin's son.
do you think that he let any kind of relationship,
Not with,
any relationship, if you will?
not with those two. With anybody, I think anybody else in the keep was allowed to do whatever they wanted to.
I think within the outer walls of the keep, I don't think that he would have let anyone within the keep have relations because he didn't know about Leslie and Lavender.
Oh well, yeah.
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 I think that's probably
But
a
like
rule.
the other assassins, like
'Cause I
the
think
ones that we meet later,
Mhm.
I mean, they were barely mentioned to begin with, so it's obviously like he wasn't very involved in their lives. So like, I think if it wasn't somebody that he wanted, Lysandra, Sam, Selena,
If you weren't like a top, a
yes,
VIP
yes, then
Yeah.
he,
in his pocket.
yes,
Yeah. Oh no, that's so true because he definitely unalives some of the. Yeah.
yeah,
Touche.
yeah.
If you're not the best, then I really don't care about you. I mean, you're
Mhm.
here, you can do a job.
Mm-hmm.
Do I really care? No.
No.
But if you date someone and I do care about you, then you're automatically going to get beaten up, sent away.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to murder him.
Yes.
Sorry, spoiler alert. You can bleep that part out if you need to.
I think that works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, long story longer. Come to find out, they really enjoyed dismembering and torturing Sam.
That was bad.
She finds him on a table.
No. Well, yeah. They rescued him and left him on the table for her to find.
She decides that she's going to get vengeance after having a few days in bed. She goes through the whole Bella November, December, January,
Yes.
But it was like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then she got her shit together and she
overheard a conversation.
She goes and she's going to get her revenge.
It's like a train wreck.
Yeah.
You can see it coming.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do about it.
So she goes in, she like kills a few people, she sees like her victim, and then he puts on a mask and everything goes hazy. And then his servants are putting on masks. Oh, it smells funny. What's that smell?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that smell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
It
was a big trap. It was a big trap because again, something that Arabin wanted was getting something that didn't involve him.
Well, I also think that he wanted for Farron to get Selena and torture her as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even if he is that father role, if he is that mentor, if he is that lover role or whatever day it is in his head, I think that he gets off on people being hurt. Mm-hmm. Not so much tortured necessarily, but hurting other people. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Revenge. He's really big on the revenge.
There's nothing better than revenge.
Easy there.
That's a Taylor Swift song. Check it out. Oh my goodness. It doesn't matter which version now, so you're good.
Oh man.
Yeah, yeah, that's ultimately, and so come to find out, Arabin is in cahoots with Farron Jane, with the devil, and
the devil, really hard on the devil.
Yeah.
And so now Selena and Sam take away all of his competition. Now he's like ruler of the underworld.
Yep. There is no competition anymore.
Nope. They're gone.
I got all that work out of them though. And they have to go live with an alias. Well, she has to go live with an alias.
And she has to go to.
She's gonna be dead in 2 months.
Yeah,
less than. She's going to the salt mines.
But I'm gonna try to save her. But I'm not really gonna save her.
Meanwhile, in the bushes, he and Farron are talking about how, what a great idea to send her over to the mines. That's not what I expected from you. Also, shocking that you wanted me to kill Sam.
Yeah, and torture him in this very specific way.
Very disgusting way that is even like bad for me.
Yes. Yeah.
so that you could torture Selena through that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Urban's the sadistic villain in the story. I don't think that he is the ultimate. I don't think there is a big Bowser here.
Right.
I think that we have a lot of level 2 and 3 Bowsers.
Mm-hmm.
But like, you want to talk about most twisted sadistic? I do think that it is Airbend because he plays long game.
Super long game.
He plays smart game, if you will. I'm not gonna say chess, but he's very much like he's playing those storyline games that you have to be playing for days in order to win.
Mm-hmm.
One player games, I think,
Maybe.
or online. I don't
know. I don't.
It's whatever like the Witcher type one person game is, but you see other people. Anyway, so he's playing long game.
I don't.
Smart game. He's also playing he's gonna win either way. He's got 3 different routes to go. He's gonna walk away a winner. How do you beat this guy? How do you come back from that?
I don't know. She figures it out though. Spoiler alert. Spoiler. I have one big spoiler and one more hot take before we close out Assassin's Blade. Yeah, that's a little. It's gonna be anticlimactic. You're building up for no reason. I'm just kidding. All right. So the king has a choice to send Selena to the salt mines or to just execute her.
Mm-hmm.
He sends her to the salt mines when he should have just executed her because this is at Darlin's assassin that's in front of him, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's killed all of these people. Were they on his side? Were they not on his side? Did it benefit him? Did it not benefit him? We don't know. But he doesn't execute her. He straight up sends her to the salt mines. So, was that the king that sent her to the salt mines? Because I think the Vogue that's in him, spoiler alert for Kingdom of Ash, would have just executed her. But I think the king knew that she could save everybody. So I think the king sent her to Endovier.
You're saying that it was the internal Dorian.
Yes. Yes.
That is a deep cut. I don't know that I can get down with that. I'll be honest with you.
I think the king...
I like that idea, but I think that he's gone. He's in that area with the doors.
No, I think that he might have been able to like temporarily regain.
Girl, that's really reaching. I love that for you. I love that. That's a great.
But why not just kill her? Why not just execute her?
Well, I think he needed more slaves for the mines, quite frankly. I think that he didn't care. Why kill someone with whom he didn't trust anyway? Why send the money? We can get labor out of them until they're dead. We're not going to feed them. They usually go crazy. Like,
I don't know.
And I think because when they would visit the Astrovers when she was younger, I think it was really the king. And then when the Valg took over, that was like the switch. So I don't think that he knew who she was, like the Vogue knew who she was.
I thought the Vogue was in him, though. We're going to have to talk about this later because it comes up.
Oh, it is.
Yes.
He was already. I think that that's really giving him too much credit, if you want to be honest. I think he just wanted free labor. Again.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't think that he was, no. He gets one good thing. He gets one good thing, and that thing comes in Kingdom of Ash. Okay. I'm sorry. We're going to talk about this next week. I just really touched the mic. We're going to talk this next week. And he does the worst thing imaginable. I screamed out loud.
Yeah.
I woke up my neighbors at 2 a.m.
So next week.
See you then.
Air fire.
We're going to be talking about when the series really gets going.
It really gets going. I think the next book is number 2 on my list.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on. It's a tie for 2. I have a 1, 2, 2, 4. At the end of this, I want to give our rankings.
Our rankings.
Yeah, that'll be the finale shows. We're going to have an ice cream party.
Yes.
And
yeah, we made it through.
Yeah. And then
class.
Yes, perfect.
All right, we'll see you all next week.
Bye, guys.